Not sweet. I'm sorry. The children with nothing to do all day. You could leave me to die in peace. You could do that. Stop it. Stop it, all this talk of dying. I haven't heard about dying. You've had enough. And you, lying there all day like a stone. But my husband, don't you think I have a husband too, or had? Don't you think I have to think of the sickness and whether it might get to my children? But I am just as frightened as either of you. You have to keep reminding me how frightened I am. It's enough to have them take strangers into my home, but you too, the way you go on over and over again. Listen, I don't like it any more than you do. I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. Oh, I didn't mean to fly off the handle. Telephone. Yes, they said it might start working again. The first time. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Mitchell speaking. Trying to find a way of reaching me all week. Yes, go ahead, let's have it. Thank you. Thank you so much for your trouble. Miss Winters, your father's secretary. She knew about Daddy, did she? She said on the day the bomb fell, she was home. Say, go on. Your father phoned from the office during the morning. There were a few things he had to know. Tell me. They were talking together and suddenly... The bomb fell? Suddenly there wasn't anything anymore on the other end of the line. No. The office, not the city. Nothing. If there's anything I can do...
Major cities to be in a state of nearly complete destruction. However, the enemy is believed to have a number of inland air bases from which he is still capable of launching attacks in one last desperate attempt at a knockout blow. That is all for now.
Now our bombs are falling on their people the same as theirs fell on us. All that misery and death. What kind of fools were their leaders ever to start it? What did they think they were going to get out of it? Didn't they know that it would all end up with everybody having a lot less of everything? You should have seen those crowds all night coming through the relief center. Nothing in their hands to carry. Not even a souvenir.
Oh, nice. Don't you ever sleep, Mr. Flood?
Well, I was thinking of catching a couple of winks right now. Oh, how's your mother this morning?
Oh, a little better. Enough to go out and take a little sun.
And that gentleman out there with her?
Mr. Wallace?
Yes, he's done wonders. You might say he's pulled her right back from the grave.
The way the news came to her. Oh, that awful way. Everything went so black before me. I couldn't see anything anymore. I wasn't even sure I was alive. But after a while, I did begin to hear.
Hear what?
Voices all around, so filled with concern. The children, old Mr. Flood, and you.
Well, naturally, we were concerned.
Naturally. Don't talk as if it were nothing. It's everything. Especially now when so much has been bombed out of the world. Concerned to know that somebody cares what's happening. I guess that's what Mrs. Moore is always after, poor thing.
I am sorry for her.
For almost everyone, aren't you?
I'm not a weeping walrus, but I realize there is a great deal of sorrow in the world.
Unfortunately, some of it I helped to make.
You never were meant for pure science.
Well, I know some men who can see everything as particles in one form or another. But there was always something wrong with my equation. Something quite unscientific.
Those human factors, those particles that we call a heart,
So wild and unmanageable.
made you do strange things? Run out in the street to warn your students they might be sick?
Well, wouldn't anybody?
No, not anyone. And it made you take a gun in your hand.
Yes, and I fired.
But no one was hit.
But the next time I fired, I would have shot to kill.
It wasn't a thing you would have done for yourself, only for others.
You think so?
I know this much now, that we'll oftentimes do things for others that we'd never dream of doing for ourselves. When I got that awful news 4 days ago,
Now, Mrs. Mitchell.
I didn't want anything for myself except not to be anymore.
I can understand that.
But after a while, I heard voices.
Your children, naturally.
I'll always be thankful to you.
I'm the one to be thankful for the shelter you've given me.
It's you who gave us the shelter. Tell me, has anyone been feeding you these past few days?
Mrs. Harvey pulled herself together, and Barbara has pitched in just magnificently.
Well, back to the kitchen.
Mother, it's about Mrs. Moore.
What about Mrs. Moore?
I just saw her packing her things, getting ready to leave us, I guess.
Did she say anything?
Nothing, not a word.
I'd better turn up to her.
Mrs. Moore, you're leaving us?
Yes. Yes, I haven't been a very good guest. I realize that.
So on that account, we've all had our attack of nerves.
Yes. Well, this morning the block warden ordered me down the street to that hospital for a blood count.
What happened?
Nobody would believe me. I tried to tell you all, but nobody would believe me.
Mrs. Moore, you really are sick.
Yes, I've been sick all along. Quite sick. Yes, Mr. Turner.
If you're ready to leave now, we'll take you over to White Plains Hospital. It's one of the best in the country. They'll have everything you need.
Oh,
Just don't let yourself get upset, Mrs. Moore.
I don't think we have to worry about how Mrs. Moore's taking it.
You know, it's such a strange feeling, knowing for sure. I don't know, somehow it makes it easier all of a sudden.
Easier?
Yes. Yes, the other way. Not really knowing. You just don't know how to be or what to be, but once it's decided for you. What way is there to be?
Think of all the harsh words.
Oh, no. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much for putting up with me. Goodbye.
Probably going to die, isn't she? Yes? Finish up. Mrs. Harvey's going to take you and Nancy for a walk. Okay, coming.
You're pretty. Thank you. You could do with some brushing yourself. Ow! That hurts. Hold still. Well, Mother.
Jenny, have you been feeling all right these past few days?
Sure. You ate your lunch all right? Jenny, what is it? Tell me. I've got to know. I didn't feel like eating. I Why didn't you tell me you couldn't eat?